We are starting our third day trip, and today it's all about monasteries and the conversion of Georgia to Christianity. We'll be visiting the Jvari Monastery, the Uplistsikhe cave town, Gori, the birthplace of Stalin, as well as Mtskheta, the old capital of Georgia. With so much to see, let's get started. This ancient rock-cut city is Uplistsikhe, and it's considered one of the oldest urban settlements in Georgia, with its earliest traces dating back to the Bronze Age. It is a bit of a hike up, so I'm a little bit out of breath, but I'm going to catch it and head up there. Entire streets, halls, temples, wine cellars, storage rooms, and dwellings were carved directly into the rock. And there is even a secret tunnel connecting the cave city to the river below. The paths are generally easy to follow, but there are uneven surfaces, some steep steps, and exposed areas, so you'll definitely want some sturdy footwear. And yet another wine tasting. For an extra 5 gel to your visit at Uplistsikhe, you can tack on a wine tasting at the end. Definitely do it. Overlooking the city, this monumental bronze and stone structure is the Chronicles of Georgia. There are 16 towering columns depicting the history of Georgia and stories from the Bible, bringing it back to its Christian roots. Up here, you also get some amazing panoramic views. This monument, often called Georgia's Stonehenge, was actually never completed, though you wouldn't know it by looking at it. The carvings on the columns are so large that it can be difficult to fully appreciate the intricate details from a distance. Be sure not to miss the beautiful views of the Tbilisi Sea from behind the monument. Known as the Monastery of the Cross, Jvari Monastery has been a pilgrimage site for centuries. According to tradition, it was here in the 4th century that the missionary Saint Nino erected a cross, and that act is believed to have been instrumental in converting what is now Georgia to Christianity. Inside, you will see a large wooden cross standing on a stone pedestal in the center of the church. This marks the site where Saint Nino erected one of the first Christian crosses in Georgia. For me, the highlight was the view outside, where you can see the confluence of the two rivers with Mtskheta visible in the valley. Gori is an historic city in the eastern part of the country. In fact, it's the 5th largest city in Georgia. And it's the birthplace of Stalin. That's right, he was Georgian. We're here to explore the museum, so let's go inside. Free guided tours are available and start every 20 minutes. As we were short on time, we wandered around the museum on our own, reading the plaques by the exhibits on display. Well, the ones that included English translations anyways. And this is actually where Joseph Stalin and his family lived. The house has been entombed at the museum on the outside, so it's pretty incredible that this is still here after all this time. This was his very own train carriage because he actually did not like flying. Our visit to the ancient capital of the Eastern Georgian kingdom, Mtskheta, was unfortunately cut short due to rain. So we didn't get time to wander the streets in the old town, shop along the old town square, or even take a walk along the riverbanks. Svetitskhoveli Cathedral is one of the most important religious and historical buildings in Georgia. In fact, it is the burial places of many Georgian monarchs. Tradition says it stands where Christ's robe was buried. A local woman is said to have died holding it and was buried with it. From her grave grew a cedar tree, which was used in the construction of the church. One of the wooden pillars made from this tree is said to have miraculous properties, giving the cathedral its name, Svetitskhoveli, meaning life-giving pillar. Another day trip wrapped up, and wow, we saw a lot. It was incredible. It was about an 8-hour day, and you are bam, 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 moving. But if you want to fit a lot in, that's what you got to do. The highlight for me, though, was Uplistsikhe. Nothing that I read or saw online really served this place justice. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Walking around, as you heard me say earlier, 5 extra lari, and we got a wine tasting at the end. All in all, it was amazing. I think the Chronicles of Georgia at the end, oh wow, we got lucky because the weather had been rainy, it stopped, the sun came out, and what a spectacular sight to end the day trip on.